Will this new Roblox anime game be able to survive on the platform? And the game in question we are talking about today is Shonen Unleashed. Now, the reason this question is being asked is because this game is going to need to compete with already popular titles that are established on the platform. Some games that already exist, such as ABA, The Strongest Battlegrounds, and even Fruit Battlegrounds. And games that don't exist as of right now, Anime Showdown. Today we'll be discussing if Shonen Unleashed has what it takes to survive on the Roblox platform. But before we actually get into this, you guys do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and you guys go over to my Twitter and show it some love, please. I just made a new account and we need to get it back to once it once was. Let's get straight into this. Now, if you don't already know what Shonen Unleashed is, it is a new ABA type game that is set to come out, I'm not too sure, either the end of this year or the beginning of next year. The devs haven't really been transparent on when the game is going to release, and the reason for that is because they are actually working hard at providing the game with significant content. And what I mean by that is that each character that comes out in this game looks spectacular. The devs actually take their time with each of its movesets and its kits, and they even showcase the new characters that come into the game with trailers, and the game isn't even out yet. Such high quality production deserves some respect and a little bit of the spotlight. Now, from what I've been able to see / play, the game's M1 system is actually pretty. Now, when I say simple, I mean simple as in entertaining. In games like ABA, Showdown, the kits are very broken. The whole premises of playing the game is you're playing your favorite character with a really broken skill set, and everything is just overpowered. Where in this game, it's actually pretty balanced, taking inspirations from stuff like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, and incorporating not only skill sets but different combat functionalities from those games and incorporate it into their game to make the game not only simple, but it still requires and demands a lot of skill. You will get punished for misusing an ability, and I really like that. Also, another thing about Shonen Unleashed that stands out, at least to me, is the way the characters are. Now, when talking about ABA type games, we're really only talking about ABA itself, and a game that came out earlier this year but closed, and it's going to have a free re-release sometime either this year or early next year, Anime Showdown. Now, there have been other ABA games that have come on the platform and have died on the platform, are the ones that are within rotation right now, so I'm going to be speaking specifically on them. As I said before, these games are fun and have their own things that make them unique and special, the reason why people like to play them. In ABA, in my opinion, everything is this stupidly OP, and the game has gotten to the point where it revolves around one-shot combos, and if you fail your one-shot combo, you really just get punished. In my opinion, it takes the fun out of the game, and if it's not that, you're just using a stupidly overpowered character, and in my opinion, again, it's not the funnest. The only time you really have fun playing ABA is if you're playing with friends. That's just my honest opinion. And in Anime Showdown, the game that came out in February of this year but closed down, it is a very similar case, but on a higher spectrum. Now, Anime Showdown had some really high quality SFX and VFX. Each of the characters, the developers took their time to make them great, to make them special. However, what they didn't do is balance, like at all, with any of the characters. I don't know if it was meant to be like that or not, but every single character, and I'm not joking, every single one was stupidly overpowered. And I guess that's what made the game. But again, games like that, you really get bored of it quick because there isn't really much skill involved outside of whoever's using their favorite overpowered characters, and a lot of the times you would get mirror matchup because the game actually didn't have a lot of characters. There wasn't a lot of content, which is the reason why it shut down. And there wasn't really ways to navigate around playing against someone really OP, except for your evasive bar, which you would get every so often, but there wasn't really ways to counter moves. And even the perfect block in the game, well, it kind of didn't last long. So if you perfect blocked, if you didn't react, and I mean instantly, they could really just hit you again. There wasn't really much ways to make the game very skill based. In my opinion, it was fun and it was a high quality game. It just kind of died out. It was too broken. And this is where Shonen Unleashed sets itself apart. The gameplay style isn't like ABA or Anime Showdown. I genuinely enjoyed playing the game and it felt like I was playing a AAA fighter. I might have hyped that a little bit, maybe not AAA. However, it really did feel like I was playing something along the lines or something that was inspired by Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Don't get it twisted, there is a lot of flaws in this game. Hopefully they get fixed before release. It just felt like that to me. Now you might be asking, why did you even talk about Battlegrounds games here? Now if you think about it, and I mean if you really think about it, Battlegrounds games are almost the exact same thing as ABA type games, except they're easier to make and somewhat of lower quality. Now the reason I say that is because in the Battlegrounds game, you really go into a game that is essentially a base plate, and nobody can argue with me, it's literally like that except for Fruit Battlegrounds. You load into the game with your avatar that is a base plate, and then you're able to pick between 5 to 8 different characters from whether it's One Punch Man, JJK, or whatever the game is based off of, and you're able to use a skill set that has about 5 or 6 moves. You use your ultimate, it changes the moves you already have into the ultimate moves. The game generates money like that. Now don't get it twisted, Battlegrounds games are very popular and they're making good money for the developers, and I'm not knocking that. Battlegrounds games is literally just lower quality version of the ABA type game. They are actually two of the same thing, just different ends of the spectrum. Now the reason I think Battlegrounds games outperform games like ABA or ABA type games in general is because they have skill sets and move sets from their favorite characters, aka something like JJK, you're able to use Toji, and something like One Punch Man, hard to say because the Roblox community hasn't actually been too receptive of almost any game recently. So even if the game is good, it doesn't mean it's going to survive purely because you guys don't like anything. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, please. I genuinely want to see what you guys have to say. And if you haven't actually seen Shonen Unleashed gameplay, I do recommend going over to Infonasu's channel because he always plays the game. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the game, so I can't really provide you guys with much gameplay other than what I've been given. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you made it to the end, I genuinely appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting and showing love to all the recent videos. We get 1,000 likes in this video. Love y'all boys.